I don't know. I don't hear nothing.
All right.
Not for
She in
real.
there making a pineapple cake.
Huh,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, pineapple cake
Pineapple.
in there with her.
That's what's up. We don't make cakes, bro. We barely cook. We just fucking buy shit. Let me start
Yeah, I
putting my
got it.
business out there. All we do is take out and all that shit all the time. It's a problem.
And you told us I'm losing weight.
Bro, yeah, we need to do a show on that because,
Now we can start this topic off.
yeah, I do. I do, man. I be trying to eat healthy, work out, and it's just I'll start off. I can never be consistent with it, but we're streaming now.
I think maybe my issue with trying to gain weight, like I eat a salad, I eat some smoothies, and, I won't eat a whole bunch of food, but then I'll be mad when I'll be 170 forever. Like,
You gotta eat like the high fat stuff. You know what I'm
bro,
saying?
like I be eating all day. Like last week and a half, I mean, literally gained like a pound and a half.
Oh, you got fast metabolism. That's what's up.
Yeah, and I don't like not working out. Like I said, I work out about 6 times a week, and
Damn.
they're not major intense workouts, right? But I run about a mile and a half, 2 miles, 3 times a week.
So you trying to gain weight and muscle, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. I don't,
So it's cardio. I thought cardio was to like lean. Like if you're big, cardio helps you lean, right? So if you're already lean, you need to be just like heavy lifting, for real.
yeah, that shit.
You need to be putting on a 300 pound bench things and all
I,
that.
I,
Work up to that. Start what you
you
can do and
probably
work
work
up to
up
that.
to like so I got these dumbbell sets in the house, like in the home dumbbells, like
Mm-hmm.
adjustable barbell dumbbell jank, and it's like a maximum of like all the way together, it's like 100 pounds.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I'll be using that. So like 50, I got a 50 pound, dumbbell, 50 pound dumbbells, like 100 pound barbell jamming, right? So
Yeah,
I'm trying to use
yeah,
that, but
yeah, man. I need to get. I got a treadmill. I got a little gym in the crib. I barely use it. I tried to get in there like a couple days ago. Did a little something. Uh, wasn't it wasn't as long as it should have been, but it is what it is. Summer's around the corner. You know what I'm saying? In April, May, June,
hmm
it's here. Summer's
well,
about to
well,
be
good thing
here.
we ain't getting no spring this year. So
Pretty much. Pretty much. So what's good? This is the what is this called? Something figure shit out podcast. We
I
still
think
don't
we,
have a name.
we ain't got a name, but I like the figuring shit out podcast, man,
Figuring shit out. Okay.
with the X and the I.
So figuring shit out or the figuring shit out podcast.
Figuring shit out.
Figuring shit out. That sounds
Yeah.
dope. We can run with that. See how it goes.
You got live into your book.
What's that?
You streaming to your book.
Yeah, yeah. It's been
I'm
on
gonna
for
go to your
like
page.
past 3 4 minutes now.
I'm gonna go to your page and
I
get it.
think. I'm just chilling. It's been a rough Saturday so far.
Well, yeah. Tell me about your business this week in the silver. How it been going for you?
We did good. I think we got one other sign up. So yeah, we got one other sign up. I got some bars coming on Monday. My mom got some silver. You know what I'm saying? She got some, so she's straight. And we just, you know what I'm saying? I'm still working on the website. I got the website. Oh, see, fucking goddamn Skype. See, I don't know if you can see it, it's probably delayed, but it just changed your damn your window again. I don't know what that is. It didn't do it last time. It's crazy. If there's a way to lock it, maybe. Let me try
Let me
to.
see what that sound like on the Jamie. I see you. I
Oh,
see you adjusting too.
my what? Let me lock it. Maybe that's what I gotta do. I lock it so it doesn't move. Anyway, yeah. So I got the website
That's
up
much
there,
better.
silversyndicate.org. You know what I'm saying? It's got some information. It don't have everything I want to put up there yet. I got a video, some text, but I want to put like more information. You know, more type of videos and stuff. So like if you hit it, if you go there, you get everything in one spot, and then if you want to move forward, talk to us, talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? We get on the phone with you or whatever. Do a
Mm.
business meet. Um,
Mhm.
but still working on that. You know what I'm saying? What about yourself?
That's I'm still trying to get somebody to run my social media for my Cutty App, man. Like that's that's my focus. But with the silver, I've been introducing it to some of my family members and stuff. The conversations kind of stalled out, so
So I
you
know
know.
you got all the infrastructure there. You just need somebody hands on like promoting pretty much and getting signups?
For much getting signups, so the goal is to have barbers and stylists on the app, and so when customers are looking, there's somebody available.
Right.
But it's like with social media, right? I'm not the one to be posting. Like I said, I'm not the one to be
Mm.
engaging in comments and stuff. I mean, so
Yeah, yeah. You need like a full time person on that shit, like 8 hours Monday through Friday.
yeah, yeah. And then so I just post on the stories or on the Facebook, or whatever.
Mm.
But I thought I had somebody to run it. He life happening on his end, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But
So what
yeah,
would it
so
take? Like, so basically, obviously, it's marketing, right? Promo, getting
mm,
somebody to engage with people on a social media tip.
hmm
But aside from that, like, so if you got the infrastructure, let's say you got a barber registered and you have a customer registered, and they happen to be in the same city. If they just both hit the app at the same time, like if the customer
magic.
says I need a cut, right, and then it'll send a notification to the barber who's
And
registered,
so
and then
kind of is
they'll.
like so the barbers are up there. And so like I said, when you go to like when a customer goes to on the app, he'll see some clippers and some shears. Barber clippers is for the dudes, barber shop, getting the shears for the hairstylist, right?
Mm,
And then you click on it, and so the barbers and stylists on their end has an available button, right? So they'll have a button to say, "Hey, I'm online now. I'm available to move right now." And so when if you see somebody's online right now, and you click on it, you'll pick a service. Um, and it is not geofence, but it has the locations on it already. So
mm-hmm.
when you are picking your barber for your service, you you pay, like I said, you pick the payment. 20% goes to the barber. They have now got a notification saying, "Hey, somebody wants you to come do their hair, and do you accept or not?" And so if they're accepting, your location is then sent to them. They're on the en route to wherever the location you put in at. So you can put your location in, or you can, you know, add the location jamming where you are
Right.
right now.
And can you like
And so,
schedule too? Like, is it like obviously if
nah,
it's like real time, you
that's
could.
the yeah,
Oh,
that's our uniqueness. Like they got other apps like the Cut and Style Seat. You know, everybody's booking, right? You can pick one Friday at 9:30,
right,
but
right.
our app was just for
Real time.
on demand services right now.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. I mean,
hmm
shit, I'm bald as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I've I used to go to this spot. I forgot the name, but the barber was Tim. He was dope. He's still dope. He's still cutting hair, bro. That boy been cutting hair for like 40 years. Yeah, I don't got
They
no
say
hair
it's
no
good
more.
money, easy money.
Yeah, yeah, man. But that's what's up. So what else? Let me see. What else? What else is popping? We don't really have like a set list of topics today.
Mm-mm,
You know what I'm
mm-mm.
saying? We're just shooting the shit. We
Oh,
do
what I
got to
said
get
last
some.
week?
Go
What I
ahead.
said we were talking about last week? Working harder versus smart working.
Excuse me. Yeah, yeah. Working
So,
easier or yeah, working smarter.
so on that one, so do you think it pays off to like be really working really hard, or do you think smart work is like the way you should be trying to go?
So when I think of working hard, I think of like hourly wage, like trading time for money, which we
hmm
all, everybody starts all trading. Like you go by how much money I can get in an hour, fast
hmm
food or whatever. So that's working hard to me. Like working 30, 40, 50 years, and trading your time for money. But working smarter is like just getting paid, right? For not
hmm
even not so much for your time, but for what you know, maybe your network, maybe a gadget or a widget or something you invented. Basically, like you say, working smarter, aka being knowledgeable, having intellect, or doing something different, or inventing something, or having a super dope business idea, where the money's just coming and flowing to you, right? It's not dependent upon how much time per se. You know what I'm saying? How
hmm
many hours a day you work. But even though all businesses can thrive depending on the amount of time you put in it, but you're not like a W-2 employee. You know what I mean? Like working. All right, if I work 40 hours this week, I get overtime. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. Um,
hmm
I think most people rather I don't know. Most people are stuck on the whole W-2 employee mindset, trying to maximize their hourly wage, but they're not really maximizing anything else. You know what I'm saying? Working on their 5 to 9, or their own business, or just trying to get out the rat race. You know what I mean?
But some people like that rat race, man. They get content and knowing
Yeah.
if they go in there from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday,
Yeah.
and 2 weeks from now you get a however much check. Oh, who changed the game with that? I'll be off topic. Who changed the guy was on Wendy's drive through one day, and they said you get paid the next day. I said, oh man.
Wait per day?
Yeah. So like if you work today and you did your 8 hours today, you get a check tomorrow.
Oh shit, I didn't even heard about that. That must be new.
Yeah,
That must be
man.
brand fucking new. Wendy's did that? That sounds like
Wendy's
something
did that.
fucking Chick-fil-A would do. That sounds like something Chick-fil-A would do. But that's what's up. Nah, I ain't know about that.
Tell you.
See, that's kind of risky though, because then you'll get somebody that want to work for like just a week and then quit. They'll be like, I
Mhm.
just need how much I need for this to buy this thing or whatever, or to pay this bill. Oh, I just go work for 3 days. Okay, I'm out of here. I don't know. It is what it is. I know a lot of those fast food places are like a lot of hourly wage jobs now are like fiending for employees because nobody's working now or trying to work for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who had somebody was saying they Chick-fil-A is starting off like 17 an hour or something like that.
Yeah, like 15, 17. Even Amazon's talking about like 15. You know, honestly, I think that's good. My thing with that is that I feel like when he raised the money, the
You
wage
lost.
like that, I
Okay.
think that's good, but everybody else shit got to go up too. Because you know what I'm saying? Because first off, inflation, right? Just first off, inflation, right? Everybody's money's not
Hmm.
doing the same type of shit. But if you raised it to 15 for like the minimum wage people, everybody else shit got to come up a little bit too. But again, if you equate inflation, everybody shit should been going up for the last 30, 40 years. You know what I mean? But has that been happening?
All right.
No, not for
No.
real.
And the common man don't even think about stuff like that, right? Don't
Right
even
now,
they don't even know that like the dollar has been decreasing in value, but prices have been increasing like super
everything,
super fast.
everything,
Uh,
food, college, bills, gas, rent, mortgages, every fucking thing, bro.
you mentioned college. What do you think is gonna happen once they default on all them college loans? Like say fuck it, we're just gonna
Well, it depends
wipe out the debt.
which loans, because there's
The stu-
different kinds.
the federal student loans.
So so I might All right. So here it is. That's a great topic. I'm glad you asked it because I'm very passionate about this. To be
You owe us some money.
yes. So this is how I'm gonna put it, right? um, and if I say anything wrong or somebody want to correct me, that's fine. The
Mhm.
way I feel personally about federal loans, I feel like fuck all that noise. They should what's it called? Wipe all that shit out. But just I'm gonna say just, but I don't really mean just. I just feel like federal loans should be wiped out because fuck that noise. Now, in my economic opinion, if they wipe that out, first off, nobody's getting hurt, right? Let's be honest.
Mhm.
The money, when people pay a loan or when a person pays a federal student loan and that goes to the government or whatever to pay the government's bills or whatever.
Mhm.
For the past 2 years, right? Nobody has really been paying federal loans. Nobody got hurt from that. The people that's
That is a
getting
fact.
hurt, right? The people getting hurt are the people having to pay it, right? Like that can't afford it or whatever. So if they just
Hmm.
wipe that shit out, everybody wins, nobody loses. You can't name a person that actually loses or gets financially hurt by not paying federal student loans. That's my take on
I
it. I could be wrong. You
I
know what I
would
mean?
say that people that are the Fed loan folks, right? All those jobs are gonna be gone, right?
The people like that
Um,
work at Navient, you
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
or
that?
Navient or Fed Love,
The
Got Go,
collectors.
wherever. Yeah,
Yeah.
the bill collectors, right? Those folks are gonna be asked,
Okay.
and
That's
they're
fair. That's fair. Um,
but they need to go find something else to do anyway.
right. We tired of hearing from them. And the reason so I'm kind of keeping it strictly to federal loans is because somebody could say, oh, well, they not if you wipe out that loan debt, the person or the people, the entity, the group that's owed to is going to be hurt. But what I'm saying is that's the government. The government prints fucking money. They don't need fucking money. They loan money just to fucking suck the life out of people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say
They gave us money to get it right back.
right. That's why I say fuck the federal student loans. Now, when it comes to like private student loans, right? Now that you're talking something different because now you're talking about a private bank or somebody who it could be traced to a family or people that loan out the money and want it back. So that's different. That's why when I say forgive student loans, I keep it strictly to federal because that's the Department of Education, that's the government. They the motherfuckers that print the money. They don't need that fucking money. If they wipe that shit out, like I said, nobody gets hurt. But like you said, it's probably just the fucking Navian collectors. But I don't know. They'll be fine. So that's why I say federal loans could go away. Now private loans, like, so I'll put it this way. So I have so I've been with Navian for a minute, right? Well, yeah, I got federal student loans. Tell me why, for the past 3 years, they really been trying to get me to what's it called, refinance. So they want me to transfer it to another entity, which will kind of like remove it from, excuse me, federal status to a private status, right? And if I do that, what happens? I lose my federal protections, right? So all this federal deferment and all this shit, I won't have that. So if I take it out of there and put it to Navy Federal or whatever, some other private bank, those federal protections and deferments and that shit don't it don't, I can't use it. So it's like they've been trying to like they can't do it without my permission. They probably can, but I don't know, for some reason I guess taking it out of federal status and moving it to a privatized, they need my write off, my sign off. So then if I do that, they could sell it to this other company. They get all the money, and now I gotta pay somebody else. You know what I mean? And they've been trying for a while, and I'm like, nope, I ain't moving that shit. I know why y'all want to do this, because when they forgive these federal loans, I'm gonna be in that bucket. If I take this shit out, I'm fucked, and then I'm gonna be end up paying. You know what
I
I mean?
remember
So
when I first like got like out of school and it was like time for me to start paying that shit back, and it was like I was like, how much is this interest? And I was doing the math on the interest, and I was like, what's
right,
up with this interest stuff, right? But when I realized that it was earning like $200 a month in interest alone,
bro,
I was just like, hold on,
that
cause
shit's a
what?
trap.
And I gotta so my student, you want me to pay you about 300, but 200 of that going to the interest.
Mhm.
I said,
Mhm. It's a
them hit
trap,
me.
man. That's how you hear those horror stories. Like people who work in 20, 30 years, right? And like let's say they start over like 50K in the beginning, and then they
Uh-huh.
look at their balance now and it's like 35K, and they be like, "Yo, I was paying this shit for 30 years. How do I only have 35K left? Because all that interest they put in the front." You know what I'm saying? And like it's a trap. That's why I say, yo, fuck federal student loans. I would say take it to the grave. Fuck federal student loans. I know there's people out there, but like, oh, you shouldn't have took it out if you couldn't pay it back. It's not even about that. It's about how they're fucking people like in mass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Uh-huh.
so many people would be better off with that debt relief. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking credit cards and mortgages and cars
Right.
and all that shit. I'm talking about fucking student loans,
Student
federal
loan.
student
Cause,
loans.
cause like people, cause there are people out here actually paying $300, $400 a month to them people. How
Yeah,
much better would their life be if they had an extra $400 to live on,
bro,
to live with, to
exactly.
save with, to invest with?
Exactly. And this, I don't know. At the same time, I think there's also like a scam with how much the interest is. Like if they made it more affordable, like okay, you take out a loan, you pay a college, okay, you got to pay it back when you get a job. I agree with all that. I'm not saying all of that is a bad, but I think it's like I guess it's the numbers game towards the end where it's like even make the way they work out the payments is like you make the minimum payment and that shit stretches like another 20 years after that. You know what I'm saying? And then life happens, you know what I'm saying? You get married, you have kids or whatever, then you defer it, then they add interest on. Like there's a whole game to that shit, and it's not fair. It's disgusting to be honest.
That
But I
interest
really,
was just when I
yeah,
found that interest in man, I was like, yo, what
yeah.
the flip was that all about?
I don't
And
even
then
try to
on
look
top of
at it
that, like
no
I said
more.
last time, man, and I learned I was teaching myself in college, I was really like, oh man, this is a scam.
Yeah, no, it is. Especially with if you look at the how people getting degrees, it's saturated now, and there's not enough jobs for all those degrees and all that stuff, and it's like they don't tell you that stuff. Like people like getting trade jobs and like you don't need a degree to make good money. So there's
You
plenty of
need
trade jobs out there.
right.
There's ways, bro. There's ways. I just feel like most people in general are generally like like shifted towards doing all one thing, and then they all do this one thing, and then there's an oversaturation. But then there's no correction, and everybody keeps doing that one fucking thing, and it's like we need a shift, in the psyche, and we need people to start doing trade jobs. Maybe I mean there's school's important for certain things, but I mean if you just like I said, if you want to be an employee and you're not really trying to own a business, there's plenty of shit out there you could just do for just money. You know what I'm saying, without putting yourself in crazy debt. You know what I mean? So you just gotta wise up, pretty much.
And then who was it? Did you know about 80% of people who have a degree don't work in their field?
I knew it was something like that. That's high as fuck. Yep.
Like, I'm just like, maybe some of the IT people are probably, but accountants. How many accountants have you heard doing other shit with accounting?
A lot.
A lot, right? Like,
Yeah, my dad had an accounting degree, and he wasn't really doing that.
and
It's
that's
crazy.
that's odd.
Yeah, and then fine arts degrees, and somebody will go to school and think they have an interest, like, oh, I want to be this. Then they get in
Mm,
there and they learn what it's about, and then they change their mind, or maybe they keep going and finish, and then they don't get the job in that industry.
mhm. And I'm not saying some degrees are worth it, right? Like, uh, I don't know. The accountant ones may be worth it, right?
If you like
I don't
counting
know.
numbers all day, like I could never be an accountant. I hate doing my money shit. You know what I'm saying? Let alone a company or some shit like payroll or something. But
And I'm sure that accounting stuff they probably should have taught us in high school
yeah. Oh my
they
God!
had
Don't
us
don't
when they
get
forced us to sit down and listen to that shit, right?
right. But the Pythagorean theorem and y equals mx plus b. I ain't used y equals mx plus b one time in my
Sense,
life. Not to
sense.
pass the test. Like yeah, the schools, man. Don't get me started on public schools, man. They really
Is your
don't
son
teach us what we need to be knowing.
is your child in public school?
Yep. Unfortunately, he is.
Yeah. Hopefully, we don't have to take that route.
You
I don't.
you homeschool?
We are now. He's not. He's 4. He just turned 4 in April.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So hopefully we can
So I was
find some
looking into
home.
like if you wanted to do that, like what's the process? Like, well, yours didn't start public school, so you don't even have to like. I guess for you it'd be different. Like you could just like, do you have to
But
fill out
I think we
something or
got to.
whatever?
I think we got to tell the man that we schooling him somehow, though. You know what I mean?
Is it
Like, 'cause
like
he
a
can't just
license or
not be in
something you got to
school.
apply for or something?
Uh, so right now, like I said, we're just doing our own thing. But when it's coming to, when he's getting 5 in school age, when they're forcing people to go to school, like I said, we're gonna look for like a homeschooling group, maybe, or a homeschooling curriculum that we can just sign up for and just teach ourselves. Uh,
Right.
and so we got to do some more research on it. But like I said, or Montessori. I remember one of my mentors. She may not want me to be called my mentor, but the lady who helped me get into IT for real, she put
Nice.
her daughter in the Montessori, and like me watching, just watching her grow. Her daughter's like super intelligent, super creative, and like I know she's not putting her daughter in a public school, right? So uh, Montessori, if we can find something. But like I said, there's a whole lot more research we got to do. But it's coming up real soon because it's April, and I think he can go to school in
Or
February, October,
September?
September.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
we're
we
going.
we we so we yeah. I was seriously thinking of taking that route like earlier this year and some part of last year. Um, and I won't state why, but yeah, because you don't know what they be teaching. You know what I'm saying, in those schools, like you don't know what they be teaching in there. Like they just there's all type of indoctrination going on. We were indoctrinated. You know what I'm saying, when we were growing up. You know what I mean? It's
Still trying to unlearn that shit now.
yeah. That's basically what a lot of people is doing now. Like I mean, I could speak for myself, but I'm trying to unlearn a lot of bullshit and open myself to new information and just become a as far as information goes and knowing about Earth and this planet and our society, trying to understand different viewpoints. You know what I'm saying? Not just try to have one fucking narrow understanding or perspective of things. Um, because if you don't, you're going to be steered in one general direction, and everything else is going to be wrong. And then you don't want to talk to nobody that thinks differently, and then they're all going to be evil
Mm.
people. You know what I mean? So it gets
My
like that
my
sometimes.
horror story with the public school was like when I was younger. They um they put me in a remedial class, right?
Okay.
But it wasn't because I was slow. So I knew myself, and I knew if I paid attention,
Right.
and I wasn't the best reader, right? If I paid attention in class though, I can go get a C in the test,
Right.
right? I get a B, right? Didn't
Right.
have bad grades.
Yeah.
Just pay attention in class, you can regurgitate enough to get by. But when they realized that my effort wasn't there,
Mm-hmm.
they put me in this remedial class, boy. And I tell you, it was the strangest thing ever. Two stories, right? So the teacher, she was some old lady drinking Robitussin throughout the day.
She have a cold?
Like she was, no, bro. This is like,
Wait, you know it was probably in those bottles, right? It probably wasn't
no,
even
it was
Robitussin.
definitely, no, it was Robitussin mixed with a whole lot of alcohol.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
She was definitely,
Okay. I think you froze.
it was
Okay.
definitely a whole lot of alcohol. She had Robitussin. She wasn't teaching shit. We was just in there, bro. Like
Right.
literally in there. And I told my mom, she was like, "Well, get out of there." And so I just had to do a little bit of effort, and I got out of there. Maybe
Right.
the next year, not even the next year, maybe a couple months later, I was like, "Oh, this is not it."
Right.
Fucking. But there was a guy in there. He was like, he maybe 16, 17, and I was
Mm-hmm.
maybe like 14. And he was in that joint talking about getting emancipated. And I'm, 14, not knowing, and I had a decent home and life at home, right? So I was like, emancipated? What the fuck does that mean?
Right. Right.
He was living hard, bro. And I had him in the slow class, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? He out here working, making his own money, living on his own, feeding himself. He had his own apartment, had his own job. He was tight. He had to go to school, but
He
he knew
was
he had to finish.
16. Did he have to go to school?
Yes, bro. He was trying to get emancipated, and I was just like, the fuck is y'all
He
doing to
need
this
to be
man?
out
Like,
here living his life and like trying to survive. Like he can't be fucking with the school.
he was so upset that he
Yeah.
had to come to school, and he would rather be at work because he knew he had bills to pay.
Wow.
And that shit, I didn't understand. I didn't even grasp that until I was older,
Yeah.
right? Because like I said, I didn't know what emancipated mean. But just looking back, I'm like, man, they should have been helped that man get some goddamn life. They should have put him in college.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Give
He
him free
got high school
college.
figured out clearly.
Yeah. Dang, that's crazy.
Like, yeah, I thought so too. Public school's wild.
Yeah. I was. I mean, I was a good student. I mean, but so like towards the end of high school, yo, I fucked up high school. I didn't even graduate on time. I just clocked out. Like my senior year. I mean, we moved a lot, and like so my senior year, like I was just like I was done with school. Now I wasn't. So the thing was, I wasn't non-intelligent, right? I knew shit.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't care. I didn't care about tests. I didn't care about showing up. I'm not trying to tell myself. My mom might be watching, but you know what I'm saying. I didn't go to school all the time. I was,
Mm-hmm.
I was just doing the crazy stuff. And my GPA, my senior year GPA was like 1.589 or some shit. You know what I mean?
I
It
had a
was
two
like,
one. We in the same boat.
yeah. And didn't graduate on time. I had to go to I to get the credits. I had to go to summer school that summer, and then graduate and then get my degree. You know, the following summer. So, but then in college, I did my thing. I was freaking straight A's all the way. Fucking 3.99. You know, GPA. I was straight. So it was just I did not care, bro. I didn't care. I don't know. I just didn't care about being in the building. I didn't care about getting up 6:30, fucking taking the bus. You know what I'm saying? Being in the building. Like it was just the whole system, culture of it. Like having to be somewhere. And again, I was like 16, 17, 18. So at that time, I was like clocked out. Like, fuck, why am I doing this? I'm not learning anything I'm going to need. And it's kind of weird that I kind of felt like I knew that back then, even though I was young. You know what I mean? But,
I didn't even. I think I took that route. So I graduated high school just cause like I knew I had to. Like I said, my family was
yeah.
not it. And so, but the college one, I felt like that about college. I was like, man, what the fuck am I doing here? I'm so glad I went and finished.
Yeah.
But I think the first male on my mom's side to finish college, and so that was a major milestone for us. I
Oh,
think
that's
because
what's up.
my sister went through and she got her goddamn masters, and it was like, yeah, you got no choice now, buddy.
Yeah.
You know.
Word.
And so I did that, but I think that's how I treated college. Like, man, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here, and
Yeah.
even with that mentality with college, just get the fuck out of there. I got my experience, and when I got into the real world, got a job, it was like the college got me in the door, but it was definitely the real world experience of having a job for a certain long amount of time and
Mm.
just learning what I learned there that got me to where I'm at now.
Yeah. So it's like a double-edged sword because, like, you could hear good stories. Like, I'm an example of if I didn't go to college, I would not have the degree or I won't be in the career I'm in now. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and I know for sure I wouldn't even be looked at as far as resume wise. They wouldn't even look at me without my degree or my certs. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
But then on the other side of that is the people that I guess choose the wrong degrees, or like where they live maybe is difficult. You know, even getting jobs with
Hmm.
degrees is like there's both sides. There's people that college helped them, saved them, and they want to be where they are. And then there's other people that's like all these people that got degrees that can't get a fucking job. It's like where's the balance? You know what I mean? In this society, in this culture, why is this a problem? Why are we like this? Basically,
Hmm.
where's the
And,
failure?
and that's like so. Speaking of my sister, her master's right. She got a master's degree in IT, and she didn't get a job in IT. And I'm just like,
Oh
what
wow,
happened,
I never heard about that.
man? And she was a little
Everyone I
older when she
know,
got it.
yeah,
So.
everyone I know that. No, let me not lie. Everyone that know that I got a degree in IT that finished, I should say, are in IT that I know personally. So you saying
Hmm.
your sister got one and she's
Hmm.
not in IT? Okay,
Hmm.
that's the first time I
And
heard
like
that.
she was like the main reason I got, like I said, to get the degree in the first place. And then when I got my job, like my second job, and I was like, hey, Morty, you got a master's in IT? What the fuck happened here?
Hmm.
So I don't know. Life just happens.
Yeah, it's different. It's different for everybody. I mean, I got my MBA. Um,
Balling.
am I though?
Good dad and bad dad.
Yeah, yes, right. Am I though? And now I'm bitching about federal loans, right? To pay that fucking shit back. Um,
You say you got a job, eh?
yeah, I got a job. You know what I'm saying? I got business. I could tango. You know what I'm saying? I have business smarts, and I went through. I got the MBA, even though I'm not necessarily using it for myself. I can use it for contracting companies, government agencies or whatever. But I don't know. And I was even thinking like, because I'm the type like I like I like accolades, and now I'm thinking, well, this was years ago, not recently, but I was like, okay, got my MBA in networking, management, IT, security, whatever. Should I go for my PhD? Should I be doctor? You know what I mean? But now it's just like I'm like, I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what more benefit it can give me versus the cost side of it. Like going into more debt, 30, 40, $50,000 more in debt versus what can I do with a PhD? Honestly I don't know. And it's probably my ignorance, not doing the research on it, but at this time I'm just like I'm chilling, you know what I mean?
I think if you want to be like an IT director or something, you may have to go to school. But you got a master, so you should be able to,
Yeah, that's true
be
too.
a director. Um, but with the entrepreneurial bug, it's like for me, it's like if I'm making, what I'm making now. If I can do that in a year or half that in a year entrepreneurially,
Right.
there's yeah, that's not happening again. And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I don't know. I probably, if I ever did pursue it, it's gonna be just to say that I got it, and for people to call me instead of saying Mister, I correct them with my little snobby shit and be like, "Oh, I'm a doctor, sir," you know. But other than that, I mean, that's probably the only reason I did it. You know what I mean?
and then I just had a thought about people who got business degrees who go to business school
Right,
and are getting taught by people who never run a business.
right.
So flabbergasting.
Tell me about it.
Enough of the school people, man. Like,
Yeah, I'm getting depressed now. So what else is new? What's good in the hood?
um, so I was with my cousin. He was watching. He shared a video about the filament in the sky.
Firmament?
How you, yeah, the firmament. I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. The
Okay,
firmament.
let's
What
go.
do you think about that? What do you know about that?
I don't know. All right. So I'm gonna put it this way. I'm gonna be vague and specific at the same time. So I'm gonna do this really carefully. I'm personally not a flat earther. I don't believe in flat
Mhm.
earth. Um, but if you dig down that rabbit hole and you watch flat earth stuff, there
It's pretty
are
convincing.
it's not convincing. There I feel and most of their reasonings and evidence can be debunked. But every now and
Okay.
then they do come across something, or they'll talk about something that makes you go, that's interesting, or be like, what the fuck, what's happening? Case in point, hold on, let me fix your window keeps messing up on me, the little box. But so I don't think flat Earth people are crazy. I just think they may be all the evidence that they look at that they think is evidence for flat Earth. I think they put too much. What's the word? They put too much weight on it, right? Without other evidence that debunks that. But there are certain things, like for instance, fake NASA pictures. Like they have pictures of the Earth, supposedly from outer space, and they have Photoshop clouds and shit like this. And these are official NASA photos, right? So when they get to that and they start talking about that and they show you that, that's one of those things. It's like, yo, that's freaky. Why are they doing that? What purpose would they have to fake photos of the Earth from space? Especially when you can see they easily photoshopping shit on this image. So that for me is like, there's something here, but does it mean the Earth is flat? No. That means NASA's doing some shit. Personally.
I'm not gonna call him crazy either, but to me it's like a distraction is a distraction, right?
Yeah.
If I can get you distracted, I can get you to think about it and follow it and do whatever with it. Like the video he showed me was like a rocket supposed to go in the sky and hit in the firmament and come bouncing off it.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, I'm like, the first question was like, bro, you don't have a rocket, you don't have a spaceship.
Right.
Where are you trying to go? You can't get to space. Why does it matter that you know this? Right. That was like, why? What are you gonna do with this information? Tell somebody else for them to be scared to you?
Yeah.
Like,
and then the same thing is, like, I was thinking, like, when I seen it, I'm like, we don't know if something hit it or popped the balloon, or maybe balloons can't survive in space. I don't fucking know. But like, to go straight to the conclusion that it hit something at the top and fell, like, I think that's a stretch. You know what I'm saying? That's one of those things that I was saying. They put a lot more weight onto these type of evidence than they should. But when you jump back to NASA falsifying shit, okay, I would stick to that. If you're gonna try to claim flat Earth, stick to shit like NASA lying about stupid shit they shouldn't be lying about, and then you might turn some heads. But when you talk about some other shit that can be debunked and it's like, a little stretchy, it's like, oh, it's a little iffy, you kind of lose people, and that's where I get lost. You know what I mean? And plus,
I just get lost, man. If you're not Tesla money, Bill Gates money, The Rock money, Kevin Hart money, if you're eating regular food and you're just living a regular life, you don't even have a home, like, your car's
you
not,
ain't worried about
like,
flat Earth, right?
Bro, what are you really doing? Like, I ain't gonna say your priorities are wrong, but
I think it'll be, for me, like I said, it's not a part of our life, right? I'm not thinking about that shit every day. Like, yo, is the Earth flat? Yeah, I don't know. Am I gonna walk off the edge? Is the Earth round? Like, and then you got to put credence to this too. We were schooled by the public education system in America,
right?
And they teach the globe, and they teach space and the planets and all that. And if you understand that public schools don't teach us what we need to know, there's kind of another little to the flat earthers, like, yo, they do be teaching us in school. And we've caught them in lies. We know they lie about history. They don't teach us what we need to know. Why would the public schools go so hard on space and around Earth and all this stuff? So there's a lot of ways you could go about it. But honestly, I don't feel like I can't fathom. Like, for me, there has to be more. Okay, if we're on a disc and there's a dome, what's the what is happening outside of that? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Are there other discs with other domes?
Who thought to put humans in a dome, dog? Like,
I don't know. I mean, you could put bacteria in a petri dish, and they'll grow and thrive and create their own ecosystem. So it's not a crazy idea.
Oh, so we're the little people that's in the MIB locker?
Who the fuck? Yeah, that could be. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, what we gonna do about it? We can't do shit about it. We just gotta live our lives.
Are you gonna take advantage and make the most of what you have, or just keep living off in goddamn La La Land?
Like, let's say, like, the news tomorrow, right? The news comes out and says, "Hey, America, people of the Earth, the planet is flat. We live on the plane, and there's a dome over our heads." What's everybody gonna do? Are we gonna just, like, are we not gonna continue living our lives, or are we gonna, like,
everybody gonna stop going to work? No, we can't even come together to fucking
I don't know,
get Trump ass out of office,
right?
But
Yeah. There might be some people that lose their shit. Like, what? I can't get off of this bitch. You couldn't get off before.
Before,
Right. Whether
facts.
you knew it was round or flat, you couldn't get off. Now they tell you.
That's my whole point.
Yeah.
You ain't even got a rocket ship, bro.
Right. Go.
You don't know nobody with a rocket ship. You can't even find a person with a rocket ship.
Take out a loan and go to school to build a rocket ship, and then not pay that shit back, and then build a rocket ship in your backyard.
Then you have my attention, because
Right.
now I know somebody with a rocket ship, and I'm trying to go to space. What's up?
Exactly.
I think the closest I'm getting to space is freaking buying some SpaceX stocks and Space Galactica, and see if they give me a free ticket.
If you were given a choice, would you even want to take a trip? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You would? I couldn't.
Yeah.
I'd panic as soon as that bitch took off. I'd be like, wait, I changed my mind. I don't want to go.
And I'm scared of heights. I'm
am
afraid of
too.
heights.
Yeah, I don't fuck with
So,
planes. I can't. I don't fuck with planes. I get on there when I got to, but I really don't try to that much. I like the
but
ground. You know what I'm saying?
but I would like to go just to see something different, see something I ain't never seen before, right? I watched the videos of the bottom of the ocean
Mm-hmm.
when they first went down there and seen them goddamn red shrimp, them red see-through shrimp, and all them kind of animals. That
Yeah.
shit was super intriguing to me.
We still got shit on Earth we gotta discover, like in the oceans and shit. Something else that the flat earthers show talk about that's very interesting is again, this is not like, it all boils down to NASA for me. So NASA put out photos, right? Official NASA photos of the rover on Mars, right?
Hmm.
And then flat earthers did their thing. They investigated and they found out those pictures are actually of Earth, some desert in the Middle East or whatever. It's an actual. So it's like, again, why do you have to lie about being on Mars with the rover and these photos? They say NASA official photos. They're on the website. They're putting it in the public, saying, look, these are photos of Mars. Then it turns out it's fucking goddamn a desert in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? That shit is freaky. Like, why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? But again, that doesn't mean the Earth is flat. That means NASA is lying about it, or lying about the rover or something. You know what I mean? But again, I think NASA.
Like I said, it's
Yeah,
out my pay grade.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Above
I
my
mean,
pay grade.
I don't like being lied to, but at the same time, it's like when I see shit like that, that's what gives me my trust issues with all type of media. You know what I'm saying? News,
Hmm.
science outlets, fucking NASA. Like, I can't trust NASA. Can't trust CDC. It's like who the fuck knows what the fuck? You know what I mean? Who
I
knows?
just keep bringing it back to. I just keep bringing it back to the distractions are made to distract us. If they
True.
can keep us divided and fighting about anything besides coming together and saying, "Hey,
Let's solve
uh,
problems. Yeah.
let's build our own food. Let's get our own farms. Let's build a business together. Let's get black folks together. Let's unite black and white folks. Just learn how to do some
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
Let's go read Nikola Tesla's work and see how he really
Yup.
got the electricity jumping, right?
Bro, let's
Like
go. Tesla was a
that
beast.
that's
Yeah.
the type of shit I'm on. But it's like everybody is divided on their own thing, talking about their own thing, want to do their own thing, and that's cool. But can we just pick one thing to come together on?
Yeah, that'd be nice. I think Tesla
Just
was a good
one.
start. Tesla was. So if you believe the story, like, Tesla was a boss. Like, he was tapping into like free energy.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he tried to basically give the world free energy. So he want to put gas, oil, the power grid, all those bitches out of business, and they were like, nope, ain't doing that. We could have had fucking free energy in the 50s,
Eons ago, yes.
and that's frustrating, bro. That is real frustrating. But
It's frustrating that he was so smart and got duped.
mm-hmm. Who was it?
That was
Edison?
super frustrating.
Was it
Yeah,
Edison? Yeah,
come on, be my intern. I got you, buddy.
yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna pay. I'm gonna make sure you live wealthy, handsomely.
But then that's
Man, die, bro.
the other thing about that is, so, and that's history, right? That's the history we're
Hmm.
told. We don't even know if that's true. And I gotta call that into question. Like, how do we know Tesla wasn't really crazy? Because there were outlets saying, he lost his mind, all his inventions were trash. Then you got the other side, oh, Tesla was this amazing person. Like, we don't know. I didn't know him. I wasn't even alive back then. Who knows what to believe in this day and age? You know what I mean? I feel like history, the way we know that they lie, is like, if there's just one narrative that they push, it almost should automatically come into question
Mm-hmm.
and be debated. Like, did this really happen like this? If they want us to know this, is there a reason they want us to know this or have this information? Like, or like you said, is it just to divide us more, or like does it
More
actually
distraction.
help us? Yeah.
Uh, I was listening to somebody talk about Tesla in his book or whatever, and he was
Mm.
saying, and this is probably the bigger takeaway. He was saying how his creativity and his mind and his thinking was, didn't have any limits and bounds. So that was how he was
Gee,
able to
let's go.
just manifest whatever he wanted. He was like in
Oh,
20 years of inventing things, he never fucked up because he thought about it first. He planned it out in his mind first, and just
mm, that's
and
powerful.
and so that's a big that was a huge takeaway for me. It was like, yeah, he did all these things or thought about all these things, but the fact that he thought about all these things and in 20 years none of them was wrong or failed because he used his power, his creativity in his mind to make sure it happened. That's
Yeah. Sometimes
think
I
about the
think,
pyramids.
yeah,
Like, did they really build the pyramids? They were telling us that 10,000 pound stones are carried by men. Not
bro.
I said the cat.
Right. Go ahead. Go ahead. I feel like there's so much ancient history that we don't know, that we're lied to about, that the textbooks, that we were taught, they just make shit up, or they just try to explain things away. But I feel like before our modern civilization, like I'm talking like the last 500 to 1,000 years, we've had
Hmm.
other ancient cultures and societies that were way more advanced than us. They
Hmm.
weren't using fucking oil and gas. They probably didn't have all these societal problems that we have now. They probably they probably had slavery and wars and all that shit. But as far as like technologically advanced, they were way past us. Sometimes I think like, why the fuck am I pumping gas in this fucking car still? Like,
Still,
still, when I was like little, before I owned a car, I remember in the year 2000 we were supposed to have flying cars, and here it is 2022, no flying
just
cars,
not yet.
still pumping fucking gas in a combustion engine. Combustion engine is fucking 100 years old. It's over 100 years old. Ford invented that shit in like 1919 or some shit like that. Why the fuck are we still fucking with combustion engines in our fucking cars? Don't get me started,
My
bro. I'm gonna get
mom,
my mom.
my mom would tell me how she was a little girl in school. My mom didn't finish high school, right?
Mm,
She didn't. Eighth grade, I think she got done. She was telling me how they were talking about solar energy back then,
what years
and
is this?
when she was in
70s.
like elementary, middle school,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
And so here we are. What is it? 50, 60 years later, just now, kind of getting it optimized,
Right.
efficient.
Trying to,
And the
and then we're
sun's been
not even
shining
efficient
every
yet.
day for the past 100 million years.
Right. Facts.
uh,
Yeah. As a society, I feel like there's an entity that is purposely suppressing our evolution in technology, in spiritually, economically, and all these other types of ways. But I feel like shit is about to change, and I think things are going to start getting better. But it's not just going to happen. It has to be, people have to come together. You know what I mean? To overcome these things. But I do feel there's a darkness around this world that's just like trying to keep us at a really low vibration, a low level. But I don't know. That could be some
I know you're trying to
conspiracy
bring it.
shit.
I know you're trying to bring it positive. One more thing. One more thing. What
What?
happened to the gold caps on the pyramids?
Exactly. It was just a
Why did
ghost.
they have gold on top of pyramids?
That's a good question.
And where
Maybe
did it
there was some
go?
properties on there. Maybe they had some properties. Maybe there was something happening that capabilities at those. Maybe the pyramids were built for a purpose that we don't know about,
They.
or we do know.
I think every building was built for a purpose. I don't.
True.
Even statues are built for a purpose,
True.
right? So
Those pyramids definitely
these
built for a purpose. They didn't just
and
paperweights. You know what I mean?
yeah, let's just build pyramids, give people something to do.
Nah. And there's not only pyramids in Egypt.
Right.
There's pyramids
I
all
was gonna
over
say
this
that one.
planet. All
Uh,
over this planet.
I ain't
All
even
over.
tell you there was people in America before Columbus got here, but it's a whole nother story for a whole nother day.
Yes, that is. There was all types of people here before.
Millions of them actually.
a whole continent full of people. But yeah,
Until
man.
everybody came off the boat. All right, I'm done.
We could these could be topics. I mean, for another time, we could just like focus, on these in a future edition. Maybe when we start numbering these episodes or whatever. Right now, this is like episode negative something.
Yeah,
Till
but
we
I do really want us to focus on unifying and coming together for a common goal, which is probably all right. If you could bring people together for a common goal, what would your common goal be?
like. That's a good question. I don't
Like if
know.
you every time you talk to somebody and you just want to talk about this one thing and want everybody just to focus on this one thing, what would it be?
I mean, this might be cliche, but like just loving people, loving each other, and
Ah,
stop unnecessary division for stupid superficial shit that don't matter at the end of the day. But that's like that's like an umbrella thing, and then there's a whole bunch of little shit under that, like little pockets of areas that need to be worked on.
uh,
Um, but I don't know. Well, what about you?
self love.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like
I'm
that. So I said loving each other, and you said
uh
self love. Oh, that's important
so,
too. Hell yeah.
self. So if you, and I think this would, I say this a lot, but people think I'm crazy. So whatever. Get my $1 billion. If everybody took personal responsibility for themselves and their actions and their education and their immediate family, like your wife and your children, right,
Hmm.
that'll solve, I think, 90% of the world problems, right? Because
Facts.
if I'm cool, I'm good, I'm healthy, right? My family is cool, good, and healthy.
Right.
My outside family is going to see us like, hey, what are you doing over there? I need
Right.
help. Help me. And I wouldn't be reluctant to help. I would be so free to give and help. Why? Because I'm good. I'm straight already.
Right.
Right? A lot of people get stressed out on, you know, not they only love themselves. And then
That's
going
true.
to the skin bleaching, the goddamn overindulging, the eating. People gotta have their vices or whatever. But
Hmm. That's
yeah,
real.
man,
That's real.
self love
What about like
really is.
people like that hate like so like let's say you good, your family's good, you straight, and then they see you doing good, and instead of like asking for help or they hate on you
Uh,
or they find a reason to pick a bone with you or like try to bring
uh,
their negativity in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because like they not happy themselves.
that's all the brains boils back to. They say when you point a finger at people, you got four other pointing back at you.
Hmm.
You throwing
So that
shit at
might be
somebody, you got shit in your pocket.
yeah, that might be like what I said about the loving each other. Like I don't know, and you got to be a bigger person too, because like they
Uh,
always say turn the other cheek, or like if somebody's bringing hate to you, you love them anyway. Like that takes being a bigger person, and a lot of I mean it depends on the situation. I can be capable of that depending, but like a lot of times it's like when you get offended or somebody's spitting in your face, and then to try to turn around and love them, like that's kind of hard to do. And that says more about you than them. Like if you don't have that capability,
uh,
like there's an evolution there. Like, okay, can I be the bigger person? This person spit in my face. They treated me like this. They saying all this shit about me. Can I be the bigger person and still love them, and show them unconditional love or whatever? Or is it like fuck that, fuck you? Now you coming down to a level, that's matching them. It's
you
hard.
doing your rep. I think and it things to come back to. If you loved yourself, right, and if you appreciated yourself, you will understand that they did not, right.
Mm-hmm.
You went, and you're not gonna. I ain't saying sit there and take it. I'm,
Yeah, yeah, right.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you learn to remove yourself. Learn to maybe show them a different way, or just like you said, or
Remove yourself
you
from the
just exit
situation.
from out your life, like because I don't need that. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what's up.
man, that
Yeah.
was
So
kind
bottom
of.
line is the world needs more love. How about that? Like all around for
I can
everybody.
agree with that one. Yeah,
Yeah. So
love
hopefully,
yourself, love your neighbors, love your family.
yeah, hopefully we can get there. You know what I'm saying? I think we are. I think the world. I do honestly think, and I believe this in my soul that the world does improve every day. Even though the news might talk about all our dirty shit and war and all this stuff, I think even shedding a light on that, you know, um, does improve the world because people, they get upset or whatever, but there's movements and improvements that come from that. You know what I mean? So I honestly feel like things are getting better, even though depending on what your news source they may say it's getting worse, but I don't believe in it. I believe in the law of attraction. I attract
All right.
goodness. You know what I mean? So y'all could tell me there's a war in Ukraine, and all this stuff is happening, but I'm like, I'm over here chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to improve my life. And I could turn on the
Manifesting
news. Yeah, I could
blessings.
turn on the news and be all depressed and, you know, um, but I choose not to. And that's a choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's not selfish. You know, people are like, oh, you're selfish. You don't care. Like, no, there's a difference. There's a huge difference.
I protecting my aura,
Yeah.
my energy.
It's like
I
loving
stopped
yourself.
watching news a long time ago. That shit's depressing. Like it
It
makes you go
is.
outside and want to fight somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember I legit stopped watching the news about 2 solid years ago. And before that, I was always upset, always angry. Something in the world, something Trump said, some headline or something.
Mhm.
And it's like it just made to piss you the fuck off, and then you go out there and then you bring that energy out to other people, bring it to your job, you know what I'm saying, bring it to your family, and it's like, for what?
Mhm.
Turn that shit off, bro.
Get yourself together.
Exactly.
So yeah, man, I think this was a good show today, man. We talked about some stuff that wasn't, normal for us, but
Yeah,
uh,
we getting that conspiracy shit. That shit's dope. I got ideas. I got I got theories. We can get into theories. I got
yeah,
theories. But
I just want
I
us to
think we
come
gotta
together.
tailor those things into different segments or whatever. We gotta like iron out
Hmm.
the show, whatever. But this is dope.
Yeah, I think it was cool. All right, man, I gotta go in here and feed my family, man. I'm super dad.
Got you. I hear you, bro. All right, Bo. We'll catch you next week.
All right,
All right, peace out.
later.